Hi, welcome. I'm Sarah D. We're in the month of February as I'm recording this, and it's almost over, and I haven't really done anything on love per se. Last week, I started off my post with, in the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. But I said it incorrectly. It's really, in the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It means differently when you say it that way, if you think about it. I don't know if I'm going to dissect it right now and share what I believe that means, but it does make a difference. If you want to puzzle on something, there's a puzzle. I was looking through Facebook and I saw something that was very powerful. My daughter had posted it. And it's something that Holly Holden wrote. And it goes like this. Today I asked my body what she needed, which is a big deal considering my journey of not really asking that much. I thought she might need more water or protein or greens or yoga or supplements or movement. But as I stood there, reflecting on her stretch marks, her roundness where I would like flatness, her softness where I would like firmness, all those conditioned wishes that form a bundle of never quite rightness, she whispered very gently, "Could you just love me like this?" God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. People see Jesus as the judge, and makes sense why you wouldn't want to have any think about him that much, because who wants to be judged? We judge ourselves enough when we look at our physical form and judge it wanting, no matter what. Or our abilities, anything in this physical realm. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. So if we believe that it was out of love that he sent his Son to the earth, or if we believe it was out of love that he does anything, how can we know that? We experience things in this life with our eyes, with our senses, with our smell, with our hearing, with our touch, with our feeling. Some of us don't have all the physical senses. Some of us are limited in that way, but all of us have the ability to feel something within our soul, within our heart. Sometimes we sense somebody is dangerous. Sometimes we sense somebody is just so full of love. And what is that? I have a theory. When Jesus left the earth, it has to do with this. When Jesus left the earth, before he left the earth, he said, I leave you, 2 commandments. I give unto you 2 commandments. Don't worry about everything else. They're taken care of, actually, in these 2 commandments. And his 2 commandments were, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. Now, how can you love somebody you don't know? How can you love somebody you don't see? How can you love somebody you don't hear, listen to? How can you love somebody you don't feel loved by? God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. It was out of love that Christ was sent. If we don't feel that love, it makes sense that we would be uncomfortable with any gift that being gave. because we think it's a loaded gift. There's some expectation that we know we're not going to meet, and we're just going to be judged by that gift. I believe that in order to love God, we first have to feel God's love for us. And when we feel God's love for us, we actually feel love for us, even for our physical form, even for our weaknesses and our limitations and our mistakes and our lots of growth that we have to do. We can still love ourselves where we are. Could you just love me like this? God so loved the world. He loves the world like it is. He loves you as you are. And everything he does is to encourage you to be who you want to be, so you can feel that love he has for you, for yourself. In this, I have some water, I think. A little bit's left. I don't know what this is, 64 ounces maybe? I don't know, it's a lot. And in this, let's pretend the water is love. Let's pretend the water is God's love. Let's pretend that this is me, that this is you. This is your physical form. And inside the water is God's love. He will and can and does fill the water in here up, the love in you up to overflowing. You have to catch it. You have to be willing to be still and listen and feel and seek it out. Draw near unto me, he says, and I will draw near unto you. And so he's not going to force. He calls, persuades, and directs aright, and blesses with wisdom, love, and light. He's good and kind, but doesn't force the human mind, and he doesn't force his caring on you, his love on you. He doesn't smother you with it. He doesn't overwhelm you with it. He certainly does not discourage you with it. Any discouragement you feel is not from him. I know that because he told me differently. He told me if something encourages me, that's what I am to pay attention to and act on and think on and share. And if something discourages me, I can let it go. It can go down the drain. It can go away. It does not have to be a part of my experience here, because this life is for my experience, for my learning, and for me to take my experience and my learning from those experiences and make it for my good, with God's help, with that love he's filling up me with. The second part that Jesus said was, when he was leaving, before he left, he said, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. He said, on these two laws hang all the law and the prophets, something like that. Again, I don't do the wordings perfectly or anything, but nevertheless, that's the gist of it. And so, first love God. As I've looked at that and pondered that, I've come to the belief, to the understanding that I cannot love God without first receiving God's love for me. because love is, again, love is one of the gifts of the Spirit as well. So it's not something we can generate ourselves. It is a gift. It's something we receive. So to love God, we receive His love. We have His love in us. We've got some water in us, representing the love. And with that love in us, we have the ability to love us just like we are. And that love is full to overflowing, and we can share it with others. That's my understanding. One evening, a long time ago, when my youngest, who is now 30, might have been 2, so like 28 years ago, I was sitting on a small Rubbermaid stool in our 2-bedroom, cockroach sometimes visited apartment, cinder block walls, really, really cheap broken tile, graduate housing at Indiana University as my husband was getting his PhD in economics. Our 5 babies, children, wonderful people who came to be our family. We'd gotten rid of the beds and just had mats on the floor, you know, thick ones that, you know, foam mats that were at least not on the cinder block, not the cinder block floor, but, you know, actually it is cement right underneath, that really hard floor, no carpeting. And I was playing on my guitar, but I'm going to play it on the piano today. But I was playing the chord G. And I wasn't singing, I was just playing around with the chord. I was trying to get them to go to sleep because the day was over, and I began to sing. Waterfall, I hear you call, call to me, come and see. Waterfall, I hear you call, call to me, come be free. Come and drink my water clear. Come and feel a love so pure. Amidst the hustle and the bustle of life, I wonder where I can find a place to go where I can find peace of mind. Waterfall, I hear you call, call to me, Amidst the hustle and bustle of life, I wonder where I can find a place to go where I can find peace of mind. The only place I know to go is to the living water. The only place I know to go is to that power and that energy and that God that has that living water, that living love for me to fill me up to overflowing. So I have enough love for me, and so I have enough love for you. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What if that word was love? Maybe love is what makes us become who we are. I'm Sarah D. Make it a great day.